This next comedian coming to the stage, he's so fantastic. Please make it loud for Kevin Turner!
Hi. Nice to meet you all for the first time. I'm not good at first impressions. The first time I met my parents, I cried. I was going to do another joke, but now I'm thinking about weddings because Heather's getting married. I got 4 weddings I got to go to this year. Weddings are hard when you're single, you know? It's a lot of pressure. I have this one aunt every wedding I go to. She's always like, you're next, you're next. I'm like, I'm single. How am I next in the queue? Even if I was in a relationship, that's a very stressful thing to say to someone. That's like going to a funeral and walking up to the next oldest person and being like, you're next, you're next. I am going to tell a story. That's what she was saying. So when in the lulls, it's a story. It's a story. If you couldn't tell from my haircut, I come from a big military family. It's true. Cool, yeah. My brothers are both Marine infantry officers, and I'm an engineer. So I've never seen battle, which is good. You don't want an engineer in battle. They're not the right person for it. Like if I was ever in the trenches and they're like, go, 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 I'd be like, but I just got my sand pile organized. Like, when did you go now? I'm like, can I bring my TI-83? I have 2 older brothers, both Marine infantry officers, both deployed to Afghanistan, both got injured on deployment. Both were pretty stupid, but only one was because my brother's pretty seriously stupid. My older brother, Jeff, he was shot in the helmet, and an Afghan soldier kind of saved his life. Jeff was climbing up a berm, and the Afghan was pulling him up the berm when shots were fired. So the Afghan dropped Jeff, and he slid back down the berm. And as he was sliding down the berm, his helmet slid forward. And right as his helmet slid forward, the bullet struck right where his helmet slid to. And those details are important because that's not what my mom told me what happened. My mom grew up very poor, very German. She doesn't have time for emotions. She's task-oriented. So I was in high school at the time, and I came home from school one day, and right as I walk in the door, my mom just goes, Jeff got shot in the head. But he's okay. You ever shit yourself and it's not your fault, you know? My other brother, James, got injured leading his team of Marines through night vision training in an abandoned warehouse in Afghanistan. And if you don't know what that is, it's empty warehouse. They got the night vision goggles on. It's pitch black, and they're going through all the rooms. They're like, clear. And they're doing all that. And everybody on James's team remembered that at the end of this hallway was an open doorway to an empty elevator shaft. Sweet. You guys are smart. So his team, when they walk up to the doorway, they just were like, clear, lazily, and they turn around. But James forgot. And so James saw them do that and was like, what the fuck was that? How you practice in battle is how you're going to actually prepare in battle. That's how you're going to be in battle. You can't just walk through an empty door like that. You got to go like this. And he walks straight out the elevator. Falls 3 stories down. Clear. He says he had 3 thoughts on the way down, which, if you're paying attention, is 1 per story. They were, oh shit, I'm falling. I wonder how high up this is. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. And the doctors say that last thought saved him, because when you're falling, most people tense up. But that last thought calmed him and relaxed his legs. Otherwise, his legs would have been straight, and he would have landed straight on them and shattered them. So instead, because his legs were relaxed, he landed on his ass and broke that instead. I know, win-win. The medic was on the 2nd floor right by the elevator shaft, and he says he just heard the whoosh, and says he immediately knew it was James. Which is my favorite part. Because it begs the question, James, do you have a reputation for clearing elevator shafts? He landed on his ass, but he must have bounced because he ended up with his face against the side of the elevator shaft like this, ass up, which was a very progressive position because I can't remember if Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed at the time. But the medic comes to him. James is in shock, treats him for shock, and they ship him out via helicopter to Germany for emergency surgery because he broke his pelvis. And so the doctors successfully repaired his pelvis. He wakes up and they said, James, you're so lucky. You are going to have a full recovery. You're going to be able to run and walk again, and everything's going to be great. But because of the injury, your pelvic area is so swollen that your bowels will be constricted for a little while. And so what we're going to do is we're going to give you these pills to, let's say, help you relax your bowels. And so he goes home, and he's taking these pills for a week, and they're not working. My mother is literally scooping the poop out of his asshole, which sounds gross, but as his brother's hilarious. And my mom doesn't care. She's task-oriented. She's like, let's go. Megan's hockey ends at 4. Come on, hurry up. And so after like 2 weeks, it's still not working. And so my brother is like, what are we going to do about this? And my dad says, you know what you need, James? You need McDonald's. So he takes him to McDonald's, gets him a double quarter pounder with cheese through the drive-thru, gives it to him, and my brother craps himself on the way home. Thank you so much, guys. My name's Kevin Turner.